Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another Lessons in Leadership. We are talking with Angela today about something that many women leaders face, and that is various gender barriers. And so, Angela would love to hear from you and your perspective of how you support your teams and how you've managed these kinds of things when they pop up in our careers and across the organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Carrie. So happy to be here today. I've worked in a lot of different settings with a lot of different compositions of teams, both the teams that I was a part of, that I was managing, and that I was stepping into leadership roles within. So I think for me, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I try to think about what can we do proactively, right? So we've all had different situations where we feel like we've experienced different bias or we've been maybe the only woman in the room, let's say, right? I think we all have different levels of intersectionality as well, right? I've been in situations where I'm not only the only woman in the room, but I'm also the youngest person in the room. And that has some compounding effects sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, thinking about what can we do as organizations and as leaders within organizations to try to set our teams up for success collectively, right? And not just the women on our team, but our entire team. So I'm a mom of four. I've had four parental leaves and varying categories, varying levels of length. A lot of interesting circumstances go along with each of them. But one thing that I've really learned is that how an organization chooses to systematically support teams that have team members or leaders going out on leave is really important. So I'll give you a good use case. I was leading a team at an executive director level, a team of like 6 or 7 at the time, and at one time, 3 of us were pregnant and were preparing for leave. When that happens, how does an organization respond? What does that mean for the team members who are going to be covering for us while we're out?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're spot on there because that's something that could have ramifications. One scenario could really ripple across the entire organization and maybe start to subconsciously create some barriers that exist in future hiring or future experiences. So, great point. Great things that we can be considering as leaders of how we systemically use our power and influence to help build in processes that prevent that. Thank you so much for taking time with us, and make sure you check out all the other great videos on this playlist.